Hey everybody, welcome to today's stream. We're going to be doing a little bit of a viewer's choice type thing. I had some Cholla sitting around and I had some pine cones and I thought, I don't know which way to go. So I'm going to let you guys choose. So I hope everybody's doing good today. We got a few announcements and things to kind of cover at the beginning. And something is really weird with my video. Hold on a minute. Hold up. Let me double check this. It looks like it's messed up. I don't know why. Hold There's always something. What am I doing? My channel. Video messed up? Messed up. No. That's really weird. My preview is totally jacked, but it looks like, so let me just make sure, is the picture like super zoomed in, or is it just normal and you can see everything? Let me know. My preview is like all weird and jacked up. Thanks, YouTube. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so we are doing some fun stuff. We got a few announcements and things to kind of cover before we get going. And I'm just waiting to make sure that the picture is correct. I didn't change any settings, so it should be right. It's just I'm looking at my preview thing and it's totally not right. So I'm just gonna wait and see what you guys have to say. Video looks good, normal, yes, okay. So obviously it's just my thing. So anyway, a couple of announcements. First off, we made some Valentine's Day themed blanks last week. I got those cut up, so I'm going to switch to this view. And here they are. I ended up, what I did, I poured such a thick block that I thought, why don't we keep a couple big ones? So these are about 1 1/8 by 1 1/8 by 5. Figured you could maybe make a handle or something, but they turned out really neat. Pretty excited about these things. So I made 2 of those and then technically 3 pen blank size. That's what I could get out of the brick. But one of these we're going to do a giveaway at the end of the show today. So I'm putting that aside. So available, there's only 2 pen blanks and 2 of these guys. So they're already on the website, ready to rock. I put a link in the show notes. I'll put a link in the chat window as well for you guys if anybody wants to snag one. There's that. Let's see here. Excuse me, my throat is dry. So I'm going to stop and see who's here. Super Incognito's here. What's up? It's Scott, Dave, and the Flaming Turner, and Jen is here. No inserted screen. I didn't choose that one. And Ann and Frank, Killer Clown, what's up? Stace is here. Stace, I think, was one of the first people here. Maybe the first. I'm going to scroll up. Stace was first, actually. Brian, you were just barely second. Brian from TBC Bushings. And Chris is here. First live stream. Well, welcome. I'm glad you could make it. And who else? I'm just scrolling really quick. Jim Myers. And I wanted to mention, so big thank you to everybody who has responded to that email like survey thing. That is the one thing that I just, at the end of the week or day or whatever month, it's the thing that I just never get to. So I'm actually having somebody help me out with doing those. It's just, I know that I should do them. It's, we all know that we should do things, and it's the one thing that just never gets done because I'm kind of just, busy doing other stuff. So we're going to be firing that up. One of the problems that I had with my email newsletter was I sell pen blanks, and I think there's a lot of people that signed up for it that really don't care about YouTube stuff or videos or any of that kind of thing, or resin casting in general. They just want to buy pen blanks. And so it's not very awesome to send people this mishmash of all this stuff. I'd rather have 2 that are focused. And so that's what we're trying to figure out is, how many people like content only, how many people like the pen blank products and stuff. And this way I'll be able to email people, when like for instance, these things are up, we're gonna keep, posting, like, here's the new short runs, here's a new blank if I come out with anything new. And then also just give some product ideas, you know, with holidays coming up, like 4th of July, I got a red, white, and blue blank. Just here's a reminder, we got this one or that one. So that kind of thing. And it's going to be products on one, and we're going to do like content only on the other. So that way it'll be kind of focused for people who don't really want to hear about products necessarily, but want to hear about, you know, what content happened. So anyway, so I got Vicky helping me out with that. It's going to be a lot nicer, and she's gonna make it a lot nicer, just period. So I'm pretty happy about that. I'm starting to branch out and outsource a few things. So it's pretty nice. So anyway, let's see here. Been listening to the podcast. Nice. Binging before school. Sweet. Yeah, we just finished up another episode. So you got quite a few to go. One thing I want to mention, I think I might have mentioned it before, but we're on Spotify now too with the podcast. So if you're a Spotify subscriber or you use that, you can listen to the podcast now too, the Resin cast. Steve Coombs is here. What's up? The cat and fish. Nice. Yeah, some people may like it being a mix, but it's not. We'll just get two, unfortunately. And you know, the thing is, you can't please everybody, but I do know that it's better to kind of separate them out, and I can focus things on each one. So it'll be a lot better for in general for most people, I think, that way. So I appreciate you guys filling that thing out, though. That's the point. And there's also, even if you haven't gotten it yet, there's a place where you can throw suggestions out too. So we had very specific questions. Like it's only 2 questions basically, I think. And then there's a couple places if you guys have any suggestions that you'd like to see in the newsletters. So anyway, let's go. We got more stuff to talk about here. We got on Friday for the patrons. Philip Danner sent in all of these crazy goodies. They're like little crystal rocks. There's aura quartz, moonstone. I guess I should put them maybe this way. That might be the right way to do it. Labradorite, rough pyrite, and they're falling out of this, but some rough or some quartz points. So like crystals and rock type things. He sent a bunch of these things. And I thought it'd be kind of cool to play with them. So that's what we're going to do for the demo for patrons on the First Friday Hangout. And I still have the little dragon guys. So we're going to mix and match. We're going to put some baby dragons with some crystals. And I got some burls. And I have another thing that I'm going to be making. We're going to do it kind of cooking style, cooking show, where I have something that's like already ready. And I don't have to wait for anything to cure. And then but first we're going to kind of attach and do all the goodies on that little burl chunk with rocks and stuff, and I'll, you know, attach the baby dragon. But I would want that to kind of like sit overnight before I cast it. So I have one that's pre-made basically. So it should be pretty fun. So if you're not a patron already and you want to get access to the First Friday Hangouts, you can do so at patreon.com/nvwoodworks. And mainly, I end up editing that out, the demo part, so it's not like people that aren't patrons can't see it. The beauty of, or the benefit to being a patron is the second half of that First Friday is just a Q&A thing. So if you're into resin casting, you have questions, I just focus completely on the chat. It's a little different than the YouTube ones where I'm kind of just doing stuff, and if I catch a question, I'll answer it. But that Q&A part is me talking to whoever's there, like one-on-one pretty much in a sense. And we all get to kind of talk, everybody in the chat, and then I, answer any questions, or if you're having problems or have, I don't know, ideas and you want to just bounce it off me, that kind of stuff, or whatever else. We just kind of hang out and chat. So anyway, you can do so. That'll be this Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific time. What am I going to do with the original dragon blank? I'm going to turn it up. The thing is, I don't have enough time yet. I have all these other projects that I need to get finished first, and I don't have enough time to turn, a lot of the stuff that we make. That's one of the problems, but it should be coming pretty soon. One of the projects that's coming up first before that is I want to turn one of those coffee grounds blanks. So I want to get that done, and I'm just going to kind of edit that into the demo edit replay. And I don't know, I got all kinds of things going on, but it'll be coming soon. John O'Connor, thank you for the super chat. I just heard the thing. It just came through the speakers. Thank you, I appreciate it. And for anybody that's kind of new to the stream, we're going to roll into the making the blanks thing. I'm kind of stalling a little bit here and going through a couple things because we need to wait for the chat bot to be ready. It looks like it looks like the chat bot might be ready. So let's actually try it and see. What we're going to do is a poll to see so let me switch camera views. I'm all off kilter today. So today's thing is I have a bunch of Cholla and I have a bunch of pine cones. All right, I got a bigger box of Cholla in the oven. So it's going to be up to you guys. Do you guys want to cast some Cholla cactus? And some of them, I have some that are just raw, unstabilized, non-stabilized, and then I have some that I dye stabilized as well. So we got Cholla, and we can make some pen blanks or whatever. And then I also have some pine cones here. I really like these little mini ones too. So some of them are frosted. So it's up to you guys. Choose pine cones or Cholla. So let's see if the chat bot is warmed up yet. That's not the right thing. I'm in the wrong thing. Polls. All right. So let's. What should be done? Here we go. Start poll. So hopefully that worked. And let's see. So if that pops up correctly. So what I was going to say is anybody that wants to super chat, when we start actually casting, super chatters will get to pick colors for the resin that we use. Poll has opened. So if you want Cholla, you type in !vote, space Cholla, or you can type in !pinecones, or sorry, !vote, and then space pinecones. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, do it like David did. No, you have to type in !vote, space Cholla, or space pine cones. I do a lot of Cholla too sometimes. They're just fun. Every once in a while, we just need to, make some blanks, have some fun. All right, so let's see here. While you guys are doing that, let's see here. I'm just going to look you up. Okay, so everything's working. That's good. We got the poll working. That's nice. Now, a couple other little things. Let's see here. Let me pull my phone out because I had a couple things to mention. Close that. Stream. I guess that's it. Those things. Okay, so I'm going to put these little Valentine's blanks away. They actually need to go home with me so I can send them to people that order them. All right, so the last thing we need to, and this poll is going to go for 5 minutes. But the last thing that I wanted to do, so Philip also sent a sticker in, so I wanted to get this on my pressure pot. And another thing that I just wanted to share with you guys, it was kind of cool. So yesterday, or when was this? So last Thursday, I went snowboarding up at Heavenly. That's typically the one that I either go to Kirkwood or Heavenly. And so I was up at Heavenly, and I was just snowboarding around, and I totally saw one of the YouTube snowboarding channel guys that I follow all the time. He was just randomly up there. And so it was pretty sweet. I got to meet TJ. He's with Board Archive. He actually gave me a sticker too. And it was like totally crazy. So Heavenly's really big, okay? It's like a huge resort. There's like California side and Nevada side, and it's kind of nuts. And so it was kind of weird that I just ran into TJ on the Nevada side. And but I didn't get to say anything the first time I saw him. I was like, that looks like TJ. And then he kind of popped over and went over to the California side, and I couldn't follow. But I asked some guy, I'm like, hey, was that TJ from Board Archive? And he's like, yeah, it was. And so I was like, oh, that Frank, nice. Thanks, Frank. I appreciate it. So anyway, I was like, oh, it's too bad that I missed him. You know, it would have been kind of neat to meet somebody. You know, again, this is just a channel that I like to watch his videos. He does really cool cinematic snowboarding kind of stuff. And like, I don't know, just it's like vlog style kind of almost like a travel channel kind of type of deal, it seems like. But anyway, I like it. And so I missed my opportunity. He left. And then like randomly later on in the day when I was about to leave, he was on the Nevada side again, and I ran into him and I got to meet him. So it was pretty cool. So I just wanted to give TJ over at Board Archive a shout out. And if for anybody that, I know this isn't really, related to my channel, anybody who is interested and wants to check it out, you can head over to the Board Archive channel if you just want to see, some pretty cool snowboarding videos. And that guy that I met, TJ. And I'm also going to link to another video. One thing that I was super excited about was I knew he was going to do a video, or I asked him if he was shooting video up there, and he was. And so if you want to see where I snowboard, now, granted, I am not as good a snowboarder as TJ or any of his friends, but if you want to see kind of where I snowboard, he did a video, put it up there, and so we had a huge powder day that day, so it was pretty awesome. Anyway, so we need to get a couple stickers up there. Dang, you guys, look at all these super chats. I appreciate it. Boom. All right, so anyway, let's get some stickers going real quick before we start. I think the poll is probably closed. Oh, there's 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, so I'm going to close the poll. And you guys want Cholla. Let's see if it said it in the thingy here. Let's see here. You can no longer vote. Okay, so let's close it up. Let's complete it. And it should tell you guys the results. It was a pretty overwhelming victory by Cholla. All right, so now let me just kind of actually, you can see from this camera view, I think. Which one are we doing here? Let's go to that one. So it's not super in focus, but you can see where I'm going to put them. So let's get some stickers going. I need some denatured alcohol to kind of just clean off the surface. They don't just fall off my pressure pot. There we go. I thought it was kind of neat to just meet another YouTuber in a totally different space than what I'm in. All right, so let's see here. So Philip's sticker is kind of like a die cut type of deal. Not on there. I'll just kind of bring it in close, show you guys what's going on. And I linked to Philip's Instagram down in the show notes. So I'm going to put this one right here. Get out of the way of the camera. He's at Danner Build. He has Philip Danner, but he's also got Danner Builds, and he makes silicone molds really well, and he also sells those crystals and stuff on his website, so give him a follow. He's one of my patrons too, so cool guy. All right, and then I'm just kind of, I don't know how close I can get because the focus zoomed out a little bit. So Board Archive. I watch a couple of snowboarding channels. Another one's called Snowboard Pro Camp. Kind of a weird name. I think he used to do like a camp type thing, and he was a snowboard instructor. So that's Kevin at Snowboard Pro Camp. He's up at Whistler. I think TJ's in Colorado. That's where he's kind of based out of. That's where he lives, at Board Archive. And then David Jones, I also kind of watch. And then another guy is Tommy Bennett. He's up in Colorado as well. So lots of different things. It's just fun seeing these guys that are really good at snowboarding doing some awesome stuff. All right, so let's see here. We got our stickers on the pot, and now it's time to do some casting. So let's make some pen blanks first off. So actually I want to go with this one. So I'm going to get my 6 pen blank mold in the oven. I need to take the pine cones out since we're not going to use those guys. We'll do those on the next one, possibly. Now I have a whole heap of Cholla in here. I can't really get a camera in there, but I got a giant chunk of lots of different Chollas. And so we can kind of mix and match them, I think. So we have, let's see here, we got John O'Connor, Frank Fowler, Chris. I saw Chris wanted, oh yeah, the shirt. That was the other thing. So Chad sent me this shirt, Lathe Life. Let me get a. I was gonna. Dang it! That was the one thing that I didn't do. Let me get a link to that. So you go to Turner's Warehouse and look under gear, apparel, and videos, and they got Lathe Life. I think they're getting. I think they're going to be getting new colors on this one, as well as some. I think they're going to be coming out with some new, different designs of T-shirts and stuff. And I really like their shirts. They fit. They're nice. They fit well and seem sturdy. You know. So here's a link to the shirt that I'm wearing. So big thank you to Chad at Turner's Warehouse. So there's a big one on the back, Lathe Life, and then you got a little guy with some chisels on there. It's pretty cool. I like it. It's a cool shirt. They do really good with their apparel. I liked their Turner's Warehouse shirts. I like their hats. They fit really good. So if you need some apparel, head over there. That's my affiliate link. All right, so let me scroll up. We got. Chris wanted opal color changing. So let me ask, so the opal, what I use for my opal blanks are the interference powders. They don't really change color though. I do have Blurple, which is a blue to purple color shift. It doesn't really show you anything, but that's the one that I sell on my website. If you want to see, let me know if Blurple is the one you want, or if you wanted like one of the interference powders. I have blue, red, green, violet, and gold in interference. And then this is the only color shift, color changing powder I have. Let's see here. So, and then John O'Connor. You know what's crazy is I have a really good friend that was in my fraternity that I went to college with named John O'Connor. And so it's kind of, I'm like, who are you, John O'Connor? It's crazy. Let's see here. Yeah, I like pinecone blanks. I like I don't know. I like both. I like the long ones, but those things can be a little bit, we actually discussed this a little bit on the podcast this recent one. I don't think we've got it up yet. I like the little ones though. They make some really interesting stuff. John O'Connor wants bright orange. Okay, so let me just write. I want to write those down. Chris says my choice. Okay, so all right. So I'm going to do something. Okay, so you guys have seen the color shift powder a million times, so I'm not going to do that one today. I'm going to do something a little bit different with the interference powder that might be kind of cool. That I don't know, maybe some people don't know about. So we got John O'Connor wants bright orange. And we got Frank wants blood red. And I think Anne said my choice. I'm just going to double check though. So does Anne want to pick a color? And one other question. So we have, for bright orange, I have fluorescent dye, and as well as some mica powders. I got like a tangerine, I got saffron orange, I got blaze orange. We got all kinds of goodies here. Let's see here. And still. And we got blood red. Blood red. Pull that out. My choice of color. Okay. Sounds good to me. All right, so do we have any other super chats? Let me make sure I'm not missing anybody. All right, so we got 4 colors going on. So let me, let's see here. Who was the orange? John. John was orange. So I'm going to switch views here real quick. And it's kind of tough to tell, but actually I have another orange as well. I have tiger orange. I know. There's so many options. So I got fluorescent orange dye from Alumilite. I have Divine Island Tiger Orange, and it's just kind of somewhat similar. It's not as fluorescent, but it's definitely an orange. And then we got Blaze Orange from Caster's Choice. That's a really good one. Everybody, that's always a fan favorite. And then we got some P-Town subby ones that are also pretty sweet. That one is saffron orange. A little bit darker, maybe like an orange red almost. And then we have tangerine, which is kind of a lighter bright orange. It's just crazy. We got all kinds of oranges. Tiger orange, okay, nice. That's a good color. I like that one. Tangerine. I got to make sure I don't mess these things up here. I'm going to see if you guys can see my... I'm going to point this down. Yeah, you can see. So I got some little drawer organizers. What I found was I'd shut this thing and all of them would like move around and stuff. So I got these little drawer organizers from Home Depot. And they're all like adjustable. They're just little metal things with magnets. I got a couple extras here. And so you can kind of just arrange your drawer. Rockler's got some different drawer organizers and stuff too that seemed kind of expensive. But so now I can kind of keep everything somewhat, I don't know, tamed a little bit in here. So I just wanted to kind of mention that. If you got drawer storage, you're doing it similar to this and you're like, they're all over the place. There are these little pretty quick, simple magnetic things that can be adjusted to any size. They come with like 3 different lengths. And they're pretty cheap. I think it was like $20 and I got all of the things that are in here and those other 2. So not too bad, not too expensive really. But they're definitely helping out because I can close this thing and they don't move around or do anything. So I just wanted to kind of share that. Always working on upgrading the shop organization. Let's see here. So we got blood red, we got bright orange, we got, let's see here. I'm gonna go with what do we got? Red, orange. I'm gonna go with one of the interference colors. Let's see here. So let's go with interference blue, and I'll show you something that's kind of fun. Doug's here. What's up? And Billy's here. How's it going? That's so many. Yeah, I know. I got Brian was sending me all the Caster's Choice powders for a while, and then Fred over at P-Town sent me a whole set of theirs, and then I actually have even more. I have some. Oh God, there's another orange. Well, I guess it's kind of red, but then I got some eye candies down here. I don't have like the whole set of them, but I'm kind of slowly building. I don't have enough room in that one drawer for those ones. Oh no, I lost my lid. That's really important too, because that's how it turns the pen off. Oh man. We're going to get to casting eventually, I promise. Okay. So we have our 3 colors and then I get to pick one. Let's go with, oh man. Oh, let's go with a new color. I got some new color. Let me get this. I got some new colors from Divine. They got a couple new ones. So they got DOD green, which is kind of like a camo green type thing. I'm going to zoom this in just a little bit. And then this Conch Aqua, which I think that's what I'm going to, oh, I guess white is, I just got a refill on my white. But I picked a couple of colors up. They have a couple other new ones too. So make sure, oh, and they finally got better bottles. Oh, dude. That is awesome. So Alumilite switched to these types of bottles where it has like this little, it just kind of opens and they are so much not messy. And finally, Divine got smart because I cannot stand these things. They're horrible. They're just about as messy as those jars were. I am stoked. Wow. I didn't even look at that. I didn't even notice. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, oh, are you still on O2? Oh, man. Where did it go? Still get tired. Man, yeah, that virus is no joke. All right, so let's go with this. So I was kind of playing around with it, and I know some people kind of like the overhead being bigger. And Gretchen told me that this big view was a little bit out of focus, so I kind of moved that one in a little closer. There's not a whole lot I can do. They're webcams, but still kind of working on things. So I kind of like this one, unless I'm doing something that needs to be, you know, really zoomed in. I like to switch when it's like time to pour and stuff like that. So, but while I'm working, I think it makes more sense to be able to see what I'm doing. So anyway, we got our 4 colors. And let's see here. So number 1 is going to be 10 blanks. And we're going to be using my 6 blank mold. That's what's in the oven. And we're going to use slow set clear Alumilite. So we need 500 and I'm just going to mix it all up. 540 grams. We got 4 colors. Let's see. Let's just split it equally. So I'm going to go with about 65 grams times 2. It's a little less. It's going to end up being a little less than 540, but we're putting a bunch of wood in there. So 65 times 2. And I'm going to do it. There's a couple different ways that you can do this. So if you're going to be making color swirl blanks, you need 4 separate cups with, you know, color in each one. Now you can either mix up all the resin at once and then pour it out into 4, you know, the 4 different cups, or you can just add part A and part B to 4 different cups. So I'm going to do it that way. For this one, just to kind of show you guys, you know, and that's actually how I do it a lot of times. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 cups. And so we're going to be adding, let's see here, 65. We're going to add, I'm going to add 2 ounces, no, not ounces, 2 grams of the Tiger Orange and 2 grams of the Conch Aqua. So basically the divine pigments. And then we're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of blood red. And then for the interference powder, we're going to do that again. We're going to go with a 1/4 teaspoon. And I'm going to add just a little bit of black dye to it. Let's see, interference blue. And it kind of makes it a little bit different than, you know, they're kind of like, I don't know, kind of pearly. You know, if you just added this to the resin, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. But it's kind of white pearliness, excuse me, with a little bit of like a blue tint to it, depending on how the light hits it. But if you add that dark, black, like a dark dye to it, then it kind of completely changes things, and it makes it like really vibrant looking. And you don't need a lot. I'm just going to add like a pinprick of black dye. Thought it'd be kind of fun. A slightly different way to go with interference powder. All right, so we got our cups, we got our powders, we got our dyes. Things rolling here. I'm zeroing my scale out. And let's see here. Okay, scrolling down to see. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going 60. Let's see, how much? 65? Yeah. 65. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add part A. I'm just kind of showing you how you can do it. This is one way. I'd say it's probably a little easier just to mix it all in one jar, and at that point they're all gonna like heat up at the same rate. They're all gonna be kind of the same temperature. But I don't know, sometimes you may want to do it this way. You know, you can do it either way, basically is what I'm saying. So I'm a little over on this one. I'm going to actually take some out. Much. Too much. Okay, so we got 65 there. And I like to zero it out on each cup. There may be some differences, even though they're the same size. If you zero each cup out, then there's no question you're not going to run into the problem of, oh, did I, was my measurement off? If there's an issue, that's not ever going to be a problem. So I went a little over on that one too. Okay. Zero that guy out. Oh, almost right on that time. Oh, but then I screwed it up. There we go. And ooh, there we go, perfect. So we got part A in all of them. Now at this point, you could add your stuff into each cup. If you had like a lot, if you had, I don't know, if you're doing a lot of colors, or I don't know, for some reason it was kind of difficult to mix in or something like that, now you could add all of your stuff in. I typically like to, add the part B, mix it up, and then add my colorants usually, as long as I know I have enough time, right? You can save time by adding the colorant to the part A beforehand, because this is not going to set up. I have as much time as I want. Once you add that part B and mix it in, then the clock is ticking, But in this case, I'm just going to add the part B. The reason I like to do that is because that way you know for sure that you've mixed it well, properly. I did that from the beginning, and it's just kind of a habit that I've done for pretty much ever. Unless I just don't have enough time, then I'll just mix the stuff in. All right, so part B, 65. And another 65. Oh. And the final one. And I am not mixing them, you see. However, once you add the part B to the part A, the clock starts to kind of tick. But you'll get a little bit more time if you don't mix it right away. Okay, so we got all of our cups. We get a stir stick in each one. And then I just mix each one up kind of quickly. Make sure that there's no wispy trails in there. You want to make sure that you've gotten everything mixed well. That's the whole point of doing it this way, to make sure that you've mixed properly. This is a good way to do it, I think, for beginners. Now, the problem is if you have too many cups and you're not particularly fast at mixing, or you're using, like, let's say a Lumelite clear regular set where you only have like 5 minutes of working time, 7 maybe. This may not be the best way to go, but for a slow set, you got 12 minutes. You should be able to easily get, 2 or 3 cups fully mixed, and then have plenty of time to add your dyes and whatever. Okay. 2 cups down. Yak's here. What's up, man? Dominic's here too. What's your message about Teespring? I actually don't have any stickers on hand, Jen. I run it all through Teespring now. I'm terrible at sending people stickers. Just not. That's the one thing. I think the hilarious thing is I run a mail order business, basically, you know. I ship items to people, and I cannot stand shipping stuff to people. It's hilarious. So I usually kind of, it takes months to get stuff from me. But yeah, so I finally just said, okay, I'm just going to put them on Teespring, because that way they send it for me. All right, so 2 grams of tiger orange. I need a new tiger orange. This stuff is pretty thick. All right, I'm going to actually switch to the overhead now. You can kind of see this tiger orange is pretty. I mean, it is bright orange. Look at that. Woo! Gotta put some shades on, man. It's so bright. Look at that. That's pretty sweet. Great color from Divine. Let's see about this aqua conch. So I'll just give you guys a shot of what I'm seeing. Conch aqua. They got all kinds of Divine has all kinds of a lot of times they use I don't know, like, what am I trying to say? Like tropical themed things because they're down in Florida. Is there a thing? There's probably a thing on this. Ah, there's a thing on it. I gotta open that. Oh, and then it splurts at me. Oh God. Dye everywhere. They tend to do that when you open them for the first time. Be aware. It could get you. Might want to wear eye protection. Okay. So, can you guys can't see my, it got all over the cup too. I'm going to try and scoot this. Oh, my cord is not. Okay. Check out these nozzles. This is way better. So you just open it and then you squirt it in. 2 grams is what we're going for. All right, we got 2 grams, and then all you do is you just close it. Look at that. Except for opening the bottle the initial time, it's not going to be messy anymore. Oh, I love it. Thank you, Braxton, for fixing that. I'm going to get this off screen now because my cord's getting kind of tugged. I want to clean up this dye real quick because I tend to get it everywhere. If I don't, on my clothes, my brand new Lathe Life shirt, I don't want to get that thing all messed up, you know? I just don't. That's a nice looking color. Look at that. That's kind of like a minty, it's almost kind of a minty green teal bordering on, I guess it's not really minty. Pretty good. What do you guys think? Nice color. Okay, and then we got blood red. Let's get that done. 1/4 teaspoon of that. $8.99 shipping, really? Yeah, it does suck. Wow. I don't know. I'll have to look into that, see if I can change something. Like I said, I don't actually have any stickers on hand, fortunately. Okay, we got some blood red, and then here's what we're doing here with this interference. see here. Blood red back. Cleaned off my spoon. So let's get these guys out of the way. Get this in here. So here's what the interference, this is interference blue. Here's what this looks like. So I'm going to dump that in. And you see how it's kind of like, you know, pearly. It's just white. It's going to turn kind of pearly in here. And it's fairly transparent, especially on pen blanks. This would be fairly transparent. You'd have to add a ton of it. And I would probably even add some white dye as well, possibly, to get it fairly opaque. You're probably going to see tubes through it. So the best way to go is I would actually paint, if you're making interference blanks like this, where this, you know, it's just interference powder, paint the inside of the blank black, and then that'll give it a nice background pop. All right, so do you see that? It's just kind of, you know, sort of pearly and has like a blue tint to it. But, and the way that this stuff works is it really works with, it kind of needs a background, a dark background color to pop that interference color, whatever it may be. So let me get some paper towels real quick. I'm out of my paper towel. Oh man, I'm getting dye all over the place. Okay, so first off, I need to clean this thing. Get that out of my way. All right, so we got some black dye. All I'm going to do is add just a pinprick of black dye to this. Toothpick, tiny pinprick amount. All right. Very small amount. Probably could have gone even less. I'm just going to add a little bit to it. Now look at this. See how that pops? Boom! Now it's bluey black. And another way to do this, so this is darkening it, obviously. It's kind of totally changing the way that it looks. One way to go is just add, you know, you could have your interference blue and then also add a cup of black dye to mix in there. That's how I do the abalone blanks. That way it really it does some really interesting stuff to it. So I just thought it'd be kind of neat to see. I don't know that I've ever actually done it this way, truthfully. I wanted to kind of share that. All right, so let's get our brick ready here. Can you guys see that? Let me zoom out a little bit. There you go. And let me grab some Choyas. Oh, I dropped one. That's okay. One thing that I wanted to try was some just raw. I didn't stabilize this. I just dried it in the oven. So we're gonna put them in sideways. Oh, I might have to cut some of these. I forgot about that. Can you see what I'm doing? Yeah, you can see. It's a little bit long. This one will fit. That one will fit. Yeah, that one's kind of silly though. Oh. Yeah. Like this one. I really should have thought about this before I started pouring. There's one. Need to fit one more in here. I'm going to go and just quickly sand this. I think our resin's probably setting up at this point. Okay. Oh, did I not do enough? Okay. There we go. Got it. it would have been a lot smarter to get that in the mold beforehand. Let me get these guys back in here. Out of my way. Okay. All right, so let's get this front and center. Let me see what temperature we're at. I think it really has to be ready to be poured, I think. Yeah, 103, a little bit high. That's okay. So I'm just going to kind of pour. A little bit of, that's pretty interesting looking on top of the Cholla there. Look at that tiger orange. These things are going to be pretty crazy. And then I just keep pouring little by little, and that'll give you, especially if you got something like this where you got a material in there, it'll just kind of let the resin kind of flow out and around into its own deal, you know. I would have poured this, had I not been like messing around that whole time, I would have poured this at probably around 95 to 98 degrees, the resin temperature. In my shop right now with the temperature that we're at, that's usually a pretty good temperature. For Alumilite Clear Slow. All right, so we got plenty of resin in there. All right, and you know, if you wanted to, this top layer is going to get cut off, but if you really wanted to, or if you were doing like a color swirl thing, you could, you know, if there's nothing in there, you could mix it around with a mixing stick to kind of swirl it up a little bit more. Not really necessary on this one, I don't think. But this one on so you can see me loading this guy in to the pressure pot. I'm really digging the new pressure pot setup as well. This works so much better. Having, you know, easy access to the pot. And then up to 70 psi, we're going to go with that. Put that away. I really like that new color. Interested to see how the DOD green turns out. Their new that new green one that Divine has, and they had some other colors. I just didn't pick them up. I just picked up ones that I was really interested in. All right, so we got that going. So I was thinking, let me know what you guys think. We could do a handle size blank for the other one. I got some pretty thick chunks of Cholla in here. I mean, we got some pretty massive thick guys here, which I think would be kind of neat in one of these molds. Let's see here. Let me turn this on. You know, like we can maybe even do a little bit of some slightly smaller guys like that. Let's see, we got orange. Let me see what other colors I have. May not really have any other. Well, I got a kind of a regular color, and then we could do a red. That's too big. Something like that. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Handle blank, or do you guys want more pen blanks? Either way, doesn't really matter to me. Pen blanks, we'd have a lot more that we could, if people wanted to, you know, snag some. I usually stabilize it, but mostly because I dye stabilize it. I don't really know, and maybe I don't have a whole lot of experience not stabilizing it. I did the two that looked kind of raw, those were not stabilized, and I just kind of wanted to see. You want some pen? Oh, by the way, I keep forgetting to post this. I got more of the blood money blanks up on my site too. Handle blank, we got lots of handles. Oh man, Doug's in charge. Watch out. All right, Jen, thanks for keeping the kids in check, and I hope you have a great night. Well, let's see. It's only 4. I think we could maybe. I got a lot of choice, so we'll do a handle and then we'll do a pen blank. We'll do 3 of them today. I think we can do that. For the most part, on these Wednesday streams are going to go for about an hour and a half from now on, but I think we can kind of fit everything in pretty easy. And don't forget, we got the giveaway at the end to do too, so it'll be cool. It'll be cool. So let's see here. If anybody wants to super chat to get the colors going on this sucker, we got red, clear, and orange Cholla going in there. Now, a lot of these guys, they're really not as holy, you know. So I think in this case, I don't know. I didn't have a problem with those other pieces because they were so open. Like a piece like this, it's wide open in there, and the resin can easily flow in and around it. But this one's kind of not really. And even this one, there's just not a lot of room for the resin to move in there. And especially with something like Alumilite Clear Slow Set, a lot of times I'll push the stuff down in. But I don't know. I don't know what to. Almost rather just kind of open some holes up in those. Let's go with. What I don't want is to have voids in there where the resin couldn't really flow into it, and then it sets up, and then you cut it, and then you got these voids. That can happen. All right, Dave, have a good one. You're the only kid here. I don't know, maybe not. You never know. All right, so it looked like everybody wanted to do the handle blank. So let's do the handles first. And let's see here. Doug wants blood red. Oh man. Blood red. Okay, so we got blood red. Let's see here. Who else? Mike McEwen's just a kid. I knew it. Whoa! That thing always scares me. I saw it on the screen already, and then I have the sound for the super chat later, and then it just yells it in my ear. One other. Oh, I guess I forgot to mention. So we're going to be doing a pen blank giveaway for one of the heart blanks, and I had some extra cutoffs, and that's actually going to go to the winner as well. Steve, I think I saw Steve, but I can't see the thing. What happened? Ah, super. Incognito's going to choose one. Nice. What's wrong with my... I was ready for that one. I was ready for it that time. All right, so... I don't know. The thing is, so I was talking about pushing the thing down in versus, you know, just letting the resin flow down into it. Yeah, I think I'd rather just get some that are open out of here. This one's pretty open, so we'll use that one for the orange. Compared to that other one, it's just not really. And then we got a nice red one here. This one's nice and open. I guess this other one is too. What? Frank, bright silver, no antique. Okay, we won't do antique. All right, let's see how that does. I'm gonna flip the overhead on for you guys to see what I'm doing here. Let's see here, Canon. Okay, so I've kind of changed it up. So we're gonna kind of get rid of this one. I think it just. I'm gonna put that guy in there. That one. Let's get one or two more of these smaller guys. How about this one? That one's pretty neat looking. That ought to be pretty good. That's kind of a purple almost, I think, or pink. There we go. So we're going to go with that this time. That way I can just dump it over it. I like doing that. You get really good swirl results. All right. All right, so we got blood red, we got super, let's see here, what are you gonna go with? Turquoise, nice. So do you want, turquoise, do you want, we got a turquoise mica from E-Town. A little bit different than the other one, but that's a pretty neat looking turquoise. That's one of my favorite colors from P-Town. From the subby. All right. I'm gonna get myself some little rag things here. Yeah, thanks, Steve. I appreciate it too. That is pretty awesome. Boys, let's see here. And then a silver, so not antique silver. What was it? Bright silver. Well, there's Illumilite has a bright silver. It's very bright. Slightly, it's a little bit. It works a little bit different than a lot of the other ones. I like pewter. I don't know that I'd call it super bright silver, but pewter from Illumidust, which I don't know that they kind of changed their powder, so I don't know if they have that one anymore, but that's a pretty good one. And then that's pretty dark. Let's see, I wonder if P-Town has, I got a couple extra colors that I couldn't fit from them. They've got silver gray, which is kind of not really, it's not very bright. One thing I will mention, if you want to lighten up a silver, like any of your metallics, you could also add white pearl to it, and that will lighten it up a little bit for you. So just to kind of let you know, but I think your best bet is this one. This one is one of my favorites. It's like silver when you think of, you know. I got the Cholla from Etsy. I honestly don't even know who from offhand, you know. I just looked on Etsy, found someone that sold a box of it. Let's see if I think I have the, see if I can give you a shop name or something. Nope. I don't even, no, it doesn't say. I can't even give you a shop. It just has like a name on it. But yeah, basically I just looked around on Etsy. You can find it on eBay. There's a lot of probably people selling it on Facebook groups. All right, so let's see here. The P word, yeah, the yakking Sorry, bud. All right, so I'm just gonna assume that that's good. That these three are good. And let's see here. So, since I said a bad word, Yak, you pick a color, and Mike McEwen, you pick a color as well. Oh, I lost my light. Let me plug a new battery in. And Mike, I just wanted to mention, I have not forgotten about the monkey or the cocoa pod things. I'm still trying to figure out a really cool way to use those, and I just haven't figured out I haven't settled on anything that I think is really good, you know? So be looking for that down the road. We're gonna do it. Nice. Knives. I haven't gotten into knives. No knives for me yet. Yeah, well, it ends up the pewter. I said it again. This isn't that dark. It's not too bad. This is one of the lighter ones. It's a pretty good silver, but you're right. I mean, most of them are pretty dark. A lot of pretty dark ones. Phoenix orange, that's a good one. Nice. All right, we got yak. Is Mike McEwen still here? You haven't used the lathe before? Yeah, it's fun. They're not that hard. That's the nice thing. There's some tools are kind of hard. Depends on what you're doing, I guess. Yeah, you're gonna love it. I got into woodworking probably like 15 years ago, or I don't know. I'm trying to think when. I kind of, you know, I've been able to work with wood and build stuff all my life, but really got into woodworking when I bought a house in Vegas, and so. But I intentionally did not buy a lathe or get into that because I knew it was going to be like an entirely big rabbit hole. So I stayed away, and then I fell in. I don't see Mike. Oh, there he is. There he is. Plum crazy. There we go. Sorry, I wasn't seeing it. Plum crazy. Where is it? There it is. Plum crazy purple. All right, so we got our colors. Let's switch to this view. We're gonna make a handle with purple, turquoise. That's a nice color combo. I like that. I kind of like think of peacock or something like that. Peacocks. We got Phoenix orange. That goes pretty well. A little bit of blood red. That's looking pretty good. And silver to bring it all together. Nice. All right, so let me get my book here going. I think I'm going to put these lids back on for now. I just wanted to show you guys what we were working with, and now I'm going to put them back. Because I'll end up spilling them all over the place. Okay, so let's get our book out. And so number 2 is going to be a handle. I just call it a handle blank. We could maybe just call it 2-inch block, you know. Either way. And again, slow set clear. And you could use any resin. I like slow set clear because the 12-minute working time works extremely well for me. If I had to wait 45 minutes before I could pour the colors, I would be not very happy. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5 colors. So that 2-inch, it's 2-inch by 6 or 6.5, something like that. See here, what size is this? I have 2 of them. I'm just going to measure this other one real quick, just so you guys know what the actual size is. Yeah, it's about 6 inches long, 2-inch by 2-inch by 6. And that takes about 420 grams to fill up. So let's just call it 400. That might be a little bit more than we need. That's fine. 400. And now I'm going to do it the different way. Divided by, let's see here, 5. It's going to be 80 grams in each cup. And let's see here. We got all micas. So we're going to go with, I think we can get away with, yeah, especially on a block handle like that, you don't really need to add as much powder because it's going to end up being kind of thicker unless somebody cut it into pen blanks, but I'm not going to worry about that. So we're going to go with an 1/8 teaspoon. And we got blood red. We got plum crazy. We got Phoenix Orange, Turquoise, P-Town, Turquoise. We got Alumilite, and this is this is a different type of deal. I call it metallic silver. Now, here's the thing. They don't actually sell this anymore. Their supplier quit selling it to them. But what we found is this company called Mehron, M-E-H-R-O-N, where the heck? I put that stuff. It's like a makeup company. They basically sell the exact same thing. And it's really expensive, but nobody else sells it that I'm aware of. So Mehron, M-E-H-R-O-N, their metallic silver powder. It's pretty much the same exact thing. I can't tell a difference at all. So that's probably what's actually in this thing. Hopefully one day they'll get it back, but I don't know what the deal was. Okay, so we're gonna just get a big cup this time. And let's see. No. So I'm gonna put that other. All right, so let's just see how we like this. You can see what I'm doing up there. Let me know if you like this better. Problem is, I'm actually gonna, less of a chance that I'm gonna be doing anything right there. On the fly editing. All right, so let's just try that. Let's see how we feel about that. So I'm zeroing my scale out. We're going 400 grams, so 200 times 2. And $183. All right, so we got 200. So now doing it this way, you can't add each color. You know, if you're doing like 10 colors, you couldn't mix up the whole pot and get away with adding that to, you know, the part A, adding your colorant to the part A beforehand. So that's kind of the difference between these two methods is you could extend some time by doing it that way, or you can just mix them all, you know, the way I did it. But if you just want to mix it all up real quick at the same time, you can do it this way too. It's just there is no opportunity to you know, to add the powder to your resin part A first. Kind of keep that in mind. I wasn't really thinking about what the differences were when I was doing that, but I didn't really. It wasn't a very good example, I guess, the way that I did it, because I didn't add the powder to the A. But where are we at here? 197, 8. All right, 200. Okay, we'll mix this up. All right, now we need to add 80 grams to each one of these cups. I think what I'm going to do is just measure out 80 the first time and then kind of get it close. It doesn't need to be perfect necessarily. It'll just give me a visual cue of, you know, about how much to add. So that's 80, 79.8, close enough. All right, and then I'm just going to load them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I don't want to leave. This is a really wide cup, and if I left just 80 grams in the bottom, it'd be very thin. That part of the resin would not heat up as quick as these other ones in the smaller cups. Hopefully that kind of makes sense. It's just, it's a very thin mass, so it just doesn't, it's not able to generate as much heat. Having a little bit thicker mass in these cups, it'll generate more heat, and everything will be equal. Okay, so we got all our cups ready. Now we just need to 1/8 teaspoon all of them. We got blood red. I'm going to put the silver. This one's a little bit lower than the last one. I'm going to put the silver in there. It'll be kind of an accent color. Plum crazy. I want to contaminate, mix colors together here. Wiping the spoon off after each one. Phoenix orange. Okay. Turquoise. This is going to be a colorful mix right here. And last but not least, we got some silver. So this silver acts quite a bit differently from most of your micas. It's a different kind of animal. It's like a really, really thin powder, and it actually tends to float in the resin. So just kind of be aware of that. If you're going to use their metallics, Alumilite's metallic colors, or this one from Mayron, even if you only poured one color, you'd really want to kind of wait till the end of the working time, because it kind of tends to float and skim on the top. But if you wait till the end, that'll lock it in and a little bit better. Plum crazy. Blood red. Silver. Okay. 6 out here. All right. Hey, how's it going, Bailey? Cheez-Its. I haven't had Cheez-Its forever. Okay, so we got the blood red mixed in. Got our plum crazy going here. So this time I'm going to keep an eye on the temperature better, and I want to be pouring this probably around 97. That's probably what I'll pick. 97 degrees. You can generally, with the Alumilite clear slow set, and I don't really work with regular set that much, so I'm not. I would imagine it's probably about the same, but for slow set, I find that waiting till about 95. That's generally, for most people, that's fine. 95 Once it hits 95, you can pour, as long as you're pouring kind of carefully, you know. And it's probably not going to, you know, the colors aren't going to bleed together. Depending on how you pour, you may get slightly better results waiting a little bit longer even. That's kind of, I tend to kind of wait a little bit longer usually. Just kind of depends. A lot of it depends on the viscosity. And in the summer, resins are thinner viscosity. Just if the temperature is warmer, the viscosity of the resin just sitting in the bottle is going to be thinner. And so because of that, I end up in the summer usually waiting a little bit longer. I'll pour it like 105. Well, thanks, Super Incognito. I appreciate it. I'm glad that you enjoy it. Well, yeah, the chat. I don't even keep an eye on the chat. You guys are crazy. You guys are always having fun in there. That's one of the things that I really like about my streams. Not to say that other people's aren't good or something like that, but some of them, some chats, like I saw on Twitch, some chats were kind of not very positive, not very fun. You guys are always having fun. Good crowd. Just double checking, making sure that I got all of the powders, you know, mixed in well. Don't want any clumps of powder. Okay. All right. Looking good. So, let's see what temperature we're at here. Oh, it's already 4:30. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, I don't think I'm going to be able to do another pen blank batch on the stream today. Because we got to do that giveaway still. I want to make sure that we get the giveaway done. What I might do is I might just make another batch of them so that there's more inventory. Okay, so we were at around 92 or so right now. I didn't account for the fact that you got to kind of sit and wait. So here's the silver. It's a pretty nice, you know, it's a pretty bright silver. It's one of the brightest silvers that I know of, at least. But again, one way you can get that, at least something fairly similar, is if you add white pearl to a darker kind of like a, you know, one of these darker silvers, like, you know, the pewter or any of the other ones. If you mix it with white, it'll lighten it up, and it's not going to look like white. It'll just make it a lighter silver. Kind of a pain though. Like typically I'd rather just find one, because like especially with that color, like certain colors that you're going to use a lot, I'd rather just have the thing in the jar without having to mix and do all this. All right, so we're at 94 degrees now. And you can get one of these little guns on, I think I got this one at Harbor Freight. You can get them on Amazon. There's all kinds of places. It's just an infrared thermometer. And they work surprisingly well. And I like to mix up the cup before I shoot the gun, because it's not going to read as accurately. It's not going to be an even number if you just let the cup sit there for a while. You probably, what I would recommend is do it one way or the other, but I think it's going to change the temperatures that you're pouring at. Okay, so let's get this guy overhead. Oh, you missed me. Thanks. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. All right, so I think that, now there it is. That always scares me. I gotta turn that volume down. All right, we're at 97, so let's do this. I think these are going to look pretty neat. I always like, you know, I haven't put, you know, certain color, like there's never been a color combination using mica powders that in the end I'm like, wow, that's terrible. You know, like there's almost no color combination that looks bad. But some look better than others, you know, like some of them are like, wow. So I'm excited to see how these turn out. I think they'll be kind of cool. I mixed up enough resin. It doesn't seem like it right now. Now in this case, you probably wouldn't get as much floating because you have stuff in there, you know, cholla, with that silver. So that probably isn't as big of a deal. What? Dave Sloan, what's up, buddy? I appreciate it. Thank you guys. You guys are getting nuts with the super chats today. Crazy. I'm just gonna dump this all out. Get it all out of there. Give it a little scrape. Okay. A little bit of turquoise. Okay. Starting to fill up there. I think we got it at least just about right. The amount. A little bit of silver here. Yeah, that's just about perfect. And I got just a little bit more silver that I'm going to kind of do a little, just to make the top look neat. Okay, so we got it. It's all ready to go. I'm going to switch to this other view real quick. Pop it into the pressure pot. And I don't think I mentioned it. So I take, these are CA Technologies pots. Their max PSI is 80. And I just go to 70 in them. So just make sure you're not over pressurizing your pressure pot. If the max is 60, do not go over 60. My rule of thumb is to stay 10 under whatever the sticker says, personally, but it's up to you. Just don't go over. All right, and pressure. There we go. All right, so let's see here. Yeah, you did. You caught me live. So don't forget, Dave, Friday, we have our, we have the patron hangout Friday. So you got to catch that live. 3 p.m. Pacific time. I think you're going to like this one. It's going to be pretty fun. Playing with rocks and crystals. All right, so let's roll into, let's see here. Let's roll into the giveaway now. So let me show you guys again. Like I said, I thought I was going to have enough time to maybe do one more pour, but I didn't account for having to wait for the for the thing to set, you know, get to the right temperature. So we have one of the heart pen blanks from the pasta hearts. So I'm going to give you guys the overhead view real quick. I'll show you what I got here. And these guys are available on my website. There's a couple of pen blanks and a couple of larger blanks that are about 1 1/8. But I thought I'd give one of these guys away. Valentine's Day is coming up. It might be kind of fun to turn one. We got some of the red glitter in there, and then the red, or the heart-shaped pasta. And then I had some extra little cutoffs that I thought, I don't know, you know, maybe you could find something to do with it. You can make maybe like a pendant or something. So I'm going to throw these little guys in there. Heck, you could even glue these together and get another pen blank out of it if you really wanted to. So that's what's up for grabs. Let's hope that the chat bot wants to work tonight. Do I notice any difference in pressure? No, not really. I think that my thing about the pressure is, well, one thing. So if you're using a slow setting resin, you know, that needs like 9 hours or 24 hours or something like that under pressure, then you're much better off having a pot that can go higher just so that it doesn't leak. You know, you don't run into the, now you should be able to shore up leaks in a pressure pot to the point where it's not going to lose a significant amount. However, you know, if you're starting at 70, then you got a you know, 30 psi. It probably is not going to lose 30 psi overnight. You know, now if you're starting at 50 and it drops below 40 overnight, which could happen, then you know, you might come back and find air bubbles because they'll grow back if it drops too low. The way that it works, pressure is going to shrink air bubbles, and so in theory, you know, the more pressure, the smaller those air bubbles will get. Or, you know, you could start with a bigger bubble and it'll get, you know, small enough to be taken out. However, in practice, really, I don't see a difference between 50 and 70. Mine go to 70, and it's not going to hurt anything, so I just go to 70. I don't know if there would be like any significant difference in any, you know, 100, 120. I don't know if that would change really anything. For the most part, blanks that are, you know, cast at 50 in a Harbor Freight pressure pot generally look exactly the same and work exactly the same as what I, you know, use in mine. I don't think it matters. Oh yeah, you could put layers of wood in there too. That's a good idea. Pretty cool. Okay, so let's start up the giveaway. Hopefully this works. Valentine's blank. Start giveaway. Okay, the giveaway has started. Let's see if it actually allows you guys, the stupid chat bot. I think it's working pretty good now. I think we got it fixed. But, you know, at the same time, I'm not going to hold my breath. Okay, it's started. Let's see if it'll accept the entries. So to enter, one of the nice things about this, if you're not really interested in this, then you don't have to enter. But, oh, it is working. Sweet. Bruce, make sure you, it's Raffle. It won't, if you misspell it, it won't give you the thing. And it'll tell you when you are entered. It should, anyway. Sounds like onomatopoeia. Nice. And so this is going to go for 5 minutes, I think is what yeah, 5-minute timer. Gotta be here for the, yeah, it is working good. It's going crazy. And I kind of apologize for all these Streamlab things, but the thing is, as much as it's kind of spamming the chat, I think I'd rather keep it on, because I can turn it off, but otherwise you don't know if you got entered, really. So, and I know that it's kind of going crazy, but hopefully it's working. Hopefully you guys see it. I think I'd rather keep it on there. Nothing bad happens. Let me make sure. Yeah, okay, so Bruce got entered. Sweet. So I'm thinking next Wednesday, we'll probably do the pine cones. Why not? Or actually, I actually have, I got another poll. Because another thing that I wanted to add some more of is graffiti style blanks to my website thing. So maybe we'll do some graffiti blanks. It'll be, the poll will be graffiti or pine cones. Hey Sarah, how's it going? Make sure to get entered if you want to win a heart-shaped pen blank. Type in !Raffle space. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. !Raffle, like everybody else is doing. Okay, you got in. Nice. Sweet. So how long do we have left here? 2 minutes left. Get your what do you call it? Entries in. I'm gonna toss a link. I'm gonna copy that. All right, here we go. Here we go. Turn the heater off, the oven off so that I don't burn the place down. Yeah, so I'm trying to think. So I'm super stoked. We got a ton of snow last, I want to say it was, what was that? Wednesday? Thursday? Tuesday? We got dumped on. We got like, I don't know how many feet, like 3 feet of snow up there. So it was awesome. Last Thursday was sweet. And like I was at the beginning of the show, I mentioned that I met one of the YouTubers that I follow, not to do with resin casting, but he does snowboarding. He has a snowboarding channel. And so I got to meet TJ from Board Archive. I had no clue that he was even going to be up here. And I was like, hey, that looks like TJ. So it was pretty cool. I got to meet somebody that I follow on YouTube as well. And he gave me a sticker. So we got that on the pressure pot. Like I was saying, there's links down in the show notes. But if you're curious where I go snowboarding, he was up at Heavenly. That's where I usually go. Either that or Kirkwood. The thing is, he went to Kirkwood on Friday, the next day. So he's going to have videos from both of them if you want to see where I snowboard usually up here in Tahoe. All right, so let's see here. 30 seconds left. Get your entries in. Snowboard heaven, definitely. Yeah, and then we got a little bit more yesterday. I went up yesterday as well. Took Tuesday. Tuesday is I created I call it Rover Day. And it's either I may work if I have to get work done, or I may go snowboarding or hiking or do something like personal fun type stuff. But it's also just in case I need to do some like family stuff too. So it just depends. And this week I was like, I am going snowboarding. We got snow. I don't care what else I have to do. I'm going snowboarding. And then I got to meet TJ. And he was a really nice guy. It was cool. And he also goes up with this guy Bo. So I got to meet him too. All right, so the timer is it. Let's see here. So we are going to, so did it say that they are closed? Giveaway closed. There we go. And we're going to pick a winner. Let's see who won. Are you guys ready yet? You guys ready? I'm ready. All right, so picking the winner. Danny Strickland. You are the winner. Hopefully Danny's here. You do have to be here to win. 18 inches in 24 hours. Wow. Yeah, that's kind of how ours was. We had tons of snow at my house. Like, we had so much snow at my house where I live. And it's not my house, but we live kind of out in the country, and it's like dirt roads and stuff. And so we had, I don't know how many inches, but like the post office wasn't UPS and post office wouldn't drive down to deliver our packages. We had so much snow that I finally just shoveled it. Nobody is Danny here? Danny, sweet. So Danny, head over to my website, and there is a contact form. I can't think. Contact form right here. I'm just going to put a link to it. So just use the contact form and shoot me an email with your address, shipping address. There it is. And that way I can get this to you. It'll probably go out on Friday, actually. So as long as you get me the address. So congratulations and happy Valentine's Day. Hopefully you'll have some fun. And like I said, there's these 3 little kind of cutoffs. I'll be kind of interested to see what you do with that. So if you're on Instagram or Facebook or anything like that, make sure to tag me so that I can see what you made, and I'll try and share it on like stories or whatever. If you're not there, maybe try and shoot me an email with a picture of whatever you make with this stuff. It'll be pretty cool. So congratulations, and thanks for watching the stream. And if anybody wants to, there's 2 other pen blanks and then 2 of the bigger 1 1/8 square blanks available. So I'll just toss, and I don't know if there's still, if people have bought them or not. I haven't been watching. But if you're interested and there's still stuff in stock, they're available on my website. So let's see here. Just make sure that I'm not missing anything. All right, so and just one other reminder, we're going to be doing the I guess they're called, I don't know what exactly what you call these. They're kind of rocks, but Philip Danner sent me some moonstone rocks, some quartz. I know these are crystals. I guess maybe they're all crystals. He calls them crystals. Quartz points, aura quartz. They're kind of crazy. You probably can't see in these things. Pyrite and some labradorite. And so we're going to be kind of playing with that in addition to, we're going to mix and match here. We're going to toss in some baby dragons with crystals and we're going to make some resin cast things on the Patreon First Friday Hangout this Friday. So for all you patrons, don't forget 3:00 p.m. this Friday. We'll be doing the demo. It will be that stuff, and then we'll do the Q&A hangout after that's done. And if anybody wants to join the Patreon family, you can do so at patreon.com/nvwoodworks. So I think that's about it. And one other thing, again, many of you guys already know that we just put out an email for my email newsletter. I just sent one out tonight, or today, I mean, asking for, it has like a survey. It's literally 2 questions. And we're just trying to kind of gauge, what type of content you want from the email newsletter. And if you haven't signed up for that, head over to my website and you can sign up. We're going to be breaking it into 2. One's going to be strictly content and casting type focused stuff. And then one of them is going to be for like products and stuff. So from now on, we're trying to figure out, we're trying to figure out what frequency to send them out. That's one of the questions. But I'll be updating, when I do the short runs that we make on the stream or any new pen blanks or anything like that are product focused. There's going to be that newsletter, and then also kind of a reminder when I put a video up or whatever, other news and announcements, content focused and resin casting focused, that'll be the other one. So head over there and sign up for that if you want to get the newsletters. So I think that is about all I got tonight. So again, a big thank you to everybody who joined the fun, but an even bigger one to all you super chatters. I really appreciate the support. That was awesome. And a huge thank you and congratulations to Danny for winning the blank. And I think that's about it. So anyway, we'll be doing something next Wednesday. So again, we got the schedule set now. The Dunkin' Junk live streams, the live stream that I do, it's going to be Wednesdays at 3 p.m. going forward unless something drastic happens or something like that. But Wednesdays work really well for my schedule. So 3 p.m. on Wednesdays. And it also kind of allows me to, if I have enough time, I would be able to actually turn a blank that we made. And not to say I can't do this most of the time, but I may be able to turn some stuff on the weekend. So do like a bonus stream on Saturday and actually get something turned. Give it a few days of curing and I'm okay with it. But not on Friday, I couldn't do that, so. Anyway, so Wednesdays at 3 and then the Patreon First Friday Hangouts, that's this week at 3 p.m. as well. So I will see you guys all there. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, I guess, for most parts of the world. Thanks for stopping in, and I will see you guys all next week. Have a good one.